So we go back and you can start with you. Back?
Yep.
All right, welcome back. We're in our regular meeting this February 9th. We just come out of a closed meeting. There are no actions for the closed meeting, so we'll move into other business. Chief. Got anything for us, Chief?
I said Steve.
Chief.
Yes. Our canine dog passed its second certification. So now it's what they consider a dual purpose dog. So it's certified by the state in drug detection and certified for aggression apprehension should we need it.
I'd like to volunteer Dave Marriott as the aggression.
Wait, you used to volunteer me. Whatever happened?
Sarah, we've become close now. I can't do that, so I have to pick on somebody else.
So we can bring the dog to budget meetings now and pretty well get what we want. But we're proceeding with caution, with policy and training. The handler is well aware of liability and recent press. We don't want to get involved in that kind of a problem. So the dual certification is a really good thing. At the same time, we're to proceed with caution, and that would be an absolute last resort should that be needed. But it is a tool at our disposal should we need it. So kudos to Officer Benson and our dog Kai. The dog passed it on his first go around. So that's pretty unusual, but pretty amazing at the same time. And I think we've got a winner with this dog and the handler. Also in this last week, we did 2 search warrants, one in Brigham City, one in Ogden for stolen property out of Pleasant View. The search warrant in Brigham actually produced stolen property, but not out of Pleasant View, but that's okay. Stolen property is stolen property. Got some of it back for Brigham and Box Elder. And the second part of the search warrant was the next day in Ogden. We have reason to believe stolen property out of Pleasant View was at this location in Ogden. We think it may have been moved during the night after the first search warrant was served in Brigham. So we're continuing with that case. We have one individual under arrest, another one's wanted on a felony warrant out of Ogden and Pleasant View. So it's just a matter of time before we finish that one up. The officer did a really good job on that, by the way. Also last weekend, our new officer, Lexus Goodpasture, spotted a stolen car in Pleasant View, gave chase into North Ogden where suspects jumped out of the car as it was stopping. The car rolled into a house and garage, which unfortunately is the way it goes. She did chase the suspects down one at a time and caught them both, which was pretty amazing that she was able to do that. They went in different directions. She chased the one down, got him, brought him back, secured him in the police car, and then tracked the other one a different direction and caught him, brought him back. So we got a good little gal doing that. She's doing a really good job.
They were suspects, right? They were involved in more than this.
Yeah, they're involved in some problems out of some facility out of Salt Lake where they left where they weren't supposed to. And what I heard was they set a fire to the building before they left. Now, as far as Riverdale, stole a car. Lexus spotted it in our area and chased them down. Solved Riverdale case and the Salt Lake case and Pleasant View case. Every other case was involved. So our little
Generated a new case for North Ogden.
So the guy's little sister did good on that. We're really proud. I gave her a little letter of appreciation for her file and talked to her personally about it. And she's happy to be here. She came from Ogden Police and thinks Pleasant View is just great. In January, we handled 581 calls, issued 59 traffic citations, and made 7 arrests. Other than that, it's a lot of business as usual. The domestics and bad behavior is still our number one priority. But everybody's doing good, and we appreciate your support.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Amy, you usually go next when we're sitting out around the circle there. You want to go next? You want to go last?
I'm happy to chime in. I really don't have much, just as an awareness thing. If anyone gets calls, there was an issue, and this is nothing to do with the city necessarily, but with some auto bill pay checks. They came and arrived here 2.5 weeks late, and we're not exactly sure what happened. So there were a lot of them canceled. Nobody's water was shut off as a result, but I know our staff's been doing an outstanding job kind of helping to navigate the challenges there. I think it was kind of a third-party bill pay group that sends out the checks, and I don't know if they send them late or if it was an issue with the post office, but that's getting resolved this week, and our staff's done a really outstanding job helping the residents navigate it. So just as a heads up, if you get any calls, we're happy to help navigate that further, but it's just been kind of a weird thing showing up that people didn't pay their water bills when they really tried their very best to do so.
Did it resemble a ballot?
No, it was really bizarre. We got these
Oh, it's okay.
these giant envelopes of these checks, and it was, I mean, like 3 weeks worth of them. It was very strange. So we're not quite sure what happened.
Thank you. Laurie?
Nope.
Tyson?
Nope, nothing new.
Have we fully accepted, and is the shop ours, the new shop?
Not totally from EK Bailey, but we're moving in. We got our occupancy and everybody's setting up the new house. So
Great.
You come
Pretty
take
exciting.
pictures, Tyson.
what's that?
We should come take pictures of all you guys in there. We should have,
If you haven't had a chance to check out the new building, take an opportunity to stop
Have-
by and do
have
something.
the council and everybody show up and take some pictures.
Yeah, come on by. You can take pictures in front of it together.
All right. And
Yeah, okay, so I had the CERT committee reach out to me and they would like to they're requesting to be part of Founder's Day. So they were just hoping that we could do some kind of a CERT activity on a quiet night during the Founder's Day week. I told them for sure we could work something out. So when you guys are talking Founder's Day and the preliminaries, just know that CERT wants to be involved. And I said, only if we have a parade, you have to be in it. No, so anyway, we can negotiate that later, but. And then, I was just wondering too, like, are we getting close to meeting in person? I know that some of us have had our immunizations, some of us have had COVID. Like, do you foresee us getting back together soon?
I'll leave that up to everybody else. I guess we could, I don't know, there's,
If anybody's against it, I totally am good with that. But I just want you to know from where I stand, I'm ready to get back together.
maybe what we should shoot for is see what we can do in the chambers. And as soon as we get, then we can start meeting back in the chambers.
Like as far as video stuff, is that what you're saying?
Once that's ready, I think then, and if you want to come, great. If not, it'll still be available on Zoom.
Yeah, I get my second shot this week. I'm already here. Where's everybody? Come play. Come on.
Okay, cool.
Don't
And
put anybody in danger, but yeah, we do need to kind of start moving toward that. So
Great.
yeah, let's make that a plan. Once we're ready to be able to broadcast, we'll still do it on Zoom till everybody's feels comfortable. And then we'll still do it on YouTube. So.
Perfect. And then I'll just follow up with all of you on that survey as soon as we get something pulled together. Okay,
Okay, great.
awesome.
Kevin,
I don't really have anything other than just thank Amy and the staff for working on the Veterans Memorial. She's worked hard and is going to push out an RFP this week, it looks like. So the mayor and I will meet with her and talk about that. That's pretty exciting. Been a long time coming, so thank you.
No, you are so welcome. And I don't know if all the council members are aware, but I'm going with a really aggressive as as it was called, but I'm not going to call it aggressive, Kevin. I'm going to call it a very optimistic timeline. How about that? So with a hope of possibly having some type of unveiling or something with the Veterans Memorial on Founder's Day. So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Good call.
Sarah. If you're next on the round table.
Just also want to thank Amy for all of her hard work, and you know, you've had quite the initiation into our city with all these fun things that you've had to, you know, help deal with. And I'm just grateful for the feedback, the follow-up, and the proactive approach that you've been taking with our city. And so thank you. And I'm sure that, you know, I won't steal Steve's thunder, but we had a good little kickoff. And moving forward with our usual Founders Day, because there's no other option, guys. We're going to do Founders Day the way that we're going to do it. So I'll just, yeah, let him take that. So.
Dave.
I just meant to ask the chief earlier about the legislative process, or if there's how that's been working out. I don't know if he's followed it really close or not, but wondering if that's been beneficial for the police department. Do you know anything?
I know a little bit. Utah chiefs of police as well as Boone County chiefs of police are keeping up on that. And we have representatives down there trying to get them to understand that police reform maybe isn't as necessary as they think it is. Special interest groups are trying to defund the police and take away our powers and procedures, in my opinion. So it makes it easier for them. We do have representatives there, and we are on top of the matters, and it still comes down to a legislative vote on what happens, but we're not just sitting back hoping it goes well. We have representatives there fighting for our cause too.
That's good. Well, you guys have done a great job, and I just I'd hate to see things be a lot tougher for our police departments. So if there's anything we can do to help, or I can do to help, and I know you got a lot of lobbyists and stuff helping out in that area, but anyway,
Yeah,
that's all I had.
Topics before the legislature right now. They said they wasn't really going to deal with police reform, but they're sneaking a lot of these bills through that are pretty much just that. Anything they can do to chip away at police and our powers and our abilities. It's less and less rights for police and more rights for the public. Because I do agree, you know, people have rights, they have a lot of rights, but bad behavior is not one of them. So,
but it's pretty high.
that's what keeps us in business. So, I'm afraid in the millennium I'm gonna be out of the job. But we're moving ahead with caution, and we do have good representatives down there that's got our back on it. As I hear more, I'll report more.
Thanks.
Anything else?
Nope.
Steve.
Well, I'll make this brief because I think we need to get out of here by 7. So we had a really good meeting. I think everybody kind of knows what they're doing, and it was just a really good meeting. So the next one that will involve all of us together will be on March 11th at 3:30. So please pencil that in, and that'll be we'll have to publish that as a public meeting because we'll have everybody should be there. Really the only thing, and I tried to get hold of Kevin this morning, but the breakfast and the fun run, you're still kind of doing that, Kevin? Is that okay? Perfect. And then Ann, salmon bake with Dave. Becky is you know, she's on that. But the things, you know, for volunteers and stuff like that, Ann, that you did last year to, you know, help kind of with that.
Sure.
Other than that, and I hope you noticed that Sarah, we whipped her pretty hard at the original meeting. Did you see what a positive attitude she had?
There is
Right?
no plan B. I only talked about plan B briefly and Steve's like, no,
There-
no.
There we go. So we drilled that into Sarah and she finally got it. So thank you, Sarah. I mean, I know that, reality will set in at some point and we'll have to, we possibly will have to do some modified something. I'm a realist in that regard, but I just think by June, July, if we're not out of this, shame on us. And so
Mhm.
I want to have a full-fledged thing. We've and again, I won't say anything more tonight because we'll cover it on the 11th, but we're going to take some of the things that we did virtually and take that into Founder's Day this year that we really liked. And Allison's working on that. I think, Ann, you can help with some of those things as well that you did last year. But other than that, really the same old Founder's Day. Sarah's working on having bigger and better fireworks than we even had last year. And I'm so excited because it really is time that the community comes together. And I can't wait for that. I can't wait to have some goodness in the city and a good patriotic love of country, love of community, and just go forward. So that's all I have to say on that. Any other questions? I think everybody else pretty much has the assignments.
Steve, so Dave, you know that you, to help out with the judging of the parade and
Yeah,
are we
Steve
all-
and I had a conversation today.
yeah. And we're all still volunteering to serve at the Salmon Bake, right? So, hey, if
And-
anybody
and
wants to
eat.
help, sorry, what?
And eat at
Yeah,
the Salmon Bake.
that's no volunteer, that's a given. But if you guys want to help, obviously everybody goes around everywhere, but the after party that we set up with the food trucks and games, water slides and stuff, come on over, give me a call. We'll do that too, so it's fun.
And
Is there anybody who doesn't have a good idea of what they want to do? The mayor is just going to look pretty the whole time, and he's already agreed to that.
Yeah, I was just gonna give my speech here that I gave at the other meeting, so for the benefit of the other council members that weren't there, and that is just, I said, I want to, my concept is in perfect alignment with Steve's. I'm very hopeful that we're moving forward. Luckily I'm on the health board, so I get to.
Speak louder.
Mayor, can't hear you.
You're such a dork.
Anyway, I'm hopeful we can pull this off. The health board can't make any promises. We just hired a new health director and don't know exactly where he's at. Our first meeting will be next month, so the end of March with him. So that will give us a little bit better idea. And I'm gonna, same thing, push him and say, hey, all these communities, we want our events. Figure out a way to make it happen. I don't only one vote of 15, so. But every community is out there doing the same thing we're doing. They want to pull off their community celebrations this year, another year. We're one of the first ones. I don't think we're the very first one, but we're one of the first ones of the season. So I think I don't know if West Haven.
I think we are there might be one in May.
Somebody has it the same day. I don't know. Anyway, the other thing is Steve, the council agreed, Steve's in charge of Founder's Day this year, so he can give you as much free rein as he wants to give you, but pass things through Steve, if you will, council members. If you're thinking of changing, modifying, or got questions, reach out to Steve and let him guide you through that. That's all I have. Nobody has anything else. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Gibson and Bailey, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody. Oh, I guess we need to discuss, are we going to meet on the 16th instead of the 23rd?
Oh,
What was that?
We're going to meet on the, Laurie, do you want to meet on the 16th instead of the 23rd? Me and Kevin will both be gone on the 23rd.
why don't we just meet on the 16th unless that's a problem for people?
I don't have a problem. That'd be fine for
Right.
me.
Plan on 16th next week then. Thanks, everyone. Have a good trip, Dave.
Yes,
Thank you.
fun.
Don't forget.
I hope I make it back. If I catch it over